Hello everybody and welcome back to Farming Simulator. Last time we bought this massive combine and we expanded to the start of essentially what is going to be your second field here, as well as expanded the original one a bit by adding this extra bit all the way to the road, which helped a lot. Today we're going to be finishing the job we started. We're going to be completely buying all of these fields, merging all of them with this one to make a massive one, and then we're also going to be doubling up all our equipment. That way we have 2 planters, 2 harvesters, all of that. As you can see, I racked up 2.5 million in the bank. We got 270,000 liters to sell very soon, and on top of that I paid off $1 million in loans, so we're $1 million less in debt. So I've earned about over 4 million off camera since the last episode to try and help out here, and this is not going to be nearly enough. But I wanted to buy the fields now, so let's just get it out of the way, because I want to get a better idea of how much I'm going to have to like keep grinding. I think I probably have enough for like most of this stuff. But we need to buy a whole new tractor again, and that's where a lot of the money spending is going to go. But actually, all this land is a lot cheaper than I expected, so that's like really easy. I'm going to have to clear cut it though, so that's going to be annoying. That was actually really easy. That was a lot less expensive than I thought, so that's good. I need to plant though, which, you know what? I'm actually gonna plow. Seeing how I could afford all the fields, I'm actually going to plow everything first, because then I can do just an infinitely larger harvest right from the get-go. Just realized I forgot to turn on my noise suppression for the intro clip there, so if there was a bunch of random noise, sorry about that. It should be fixed now. So yeah. Alright, so it's been a bit of progress. It's been so long of me doing stuff actually that the AI has said time to plow the entire original field, so that's fun. But yeah, I made a bit of progress. This isn't actually planted, it's just soybeans. But I did the outline completely. I did some of the rows, you can see. And just overall, just making decent progress. But it has been an hour and a half. And it's taken me that long to just do that little bit. But also, I did clear a lot of trees, so that explains a lot, but still, it takes a hot minute to say the least. So yeah, well, it's safe to say this has taken a very long time. I did not expect it to take this long to plow, if I'm being completely honest. And of course I'm gonna miss the tiniest little bit. At least it's not hard to fix. But that took a long time, to say the least. I did not expect that to take so long. Which, for some reason, you know, you'd think I would have learned my lesson with how long it took last time to do just that little bit. So doing basically that much and then some again, you know, you'd think I would have learned that it takes a while. But I'm going to cultivate it just so it's not just a massive mess, because like, it is just such a mess of fields on the map. I kind of want it looking nice. But it would also be a lot easier to fix any issues, if there will be any, with a cultivated field instead of a seeded field, because it's way less expensive. I have to say, I underestimated how steep this hill was. I mean, I knew it was steep, but like, that's pretty crazy. Here, I mean, you can kind of tell. Like, this part here is horribly steep. Outside of that, the cultivating's been going okay. One thing I did do is I squared up this corner a bit, because the tractor was just having too many issues. It literally started doing the lines like this. Instead of trying to take the turn, it started doing the headlands like this. Well, it's been a long day. And it's about to get longer because this isn't even planted yet. Thankfully, the other field is completely planted. If the game can finish always saving. This one is fully planted. That didn't take long, but it's already 1 PM in game now. Which totals out to, what, 8, so 4, 5. So it's been 5 real-life hours of working on this field, and the field is just cultivated. Granted, that's plowing, so under normal circumstances, that will no longer be being done, and neither will the cultivating. Outside of special occasions where we want to plant something else. So, in terms of soybeans, this field will never be cultivated again. So, that's 2 hours saved every year. Planting it, I guess we'll find out how long it takes, because I have no idea if it's bigger. I think it might be bigger than the bottom field, so it might take even longer, because I mean, look at the size of this thing. Like, I don't think you guys realize how big these fields are. Like, that one, because of the massive grain mill splitting it in half, didn't look too bad. But this one being fully open really goes to show the scale. This one, you kind of always had parts of it hidden, so it wasn't too big looking. Anyway, enjoy the time lapse, I guess.
I push my fingers into my eyes. It's the only thing that slowly stops the ache. But it's made of all the things I have to take. Jesus never lands. It works its way inside. If the pain goes on.
Well, it's planted. It took 1 hour and 20 minutes, roughly, which honestly I thought it was going to take longer when it initially started, but no, that was actually like quite reasonable. 1 hour 20 is not terrible. It felt terrible, but it wasn't actually nearly as terrible as it felt. I'm kind of surprised by that, actually. And the tractor is still in pristine condition, but it also doesn't have a lot of hours on it. The more hours a machine has, the quicker it wears down. Which is why a lot of people say not to buy used harvesters and stuff, but truth is the money saved is worth more than the repair cost. But either way, that's both fields planted now. So now just to wait until October. Actually, no, we have selling season first. But I'm not going to bore you with that. It's really just a bunch of back and forth trips with the... Well, actually, I will bore you with that, because I got a new truck. I completely forgot. I was so busy in a rush trying to plow. I decided to buy... Oh, I thought it was a Scania, but no, it's a Volvo, apparently. But I got this truck. It's the most powerful truck in the game. Truth is, I don't know where it's even at. I think I probably brought it over to the barns. Yeah, I did. The Transstar was cool and all, but it's the least powerful truck, and it had the least powerful engine in it. And truth is, it was kind of slow, so in an opportunity to, like, maximize how quickly I can sell, I got the truck with the absolutely most powerful engine in the game to sell quicker. It's also a bit shorter, so it does help. Even if I don't like flat nose trucks, this does make it a lot quicker for now. Although ultimately my end goal is actually going to be to create a new sell point here, I think. At first I was not sure what to do with this silo here, but I think we're going to swap over to using this silo. Because if I use this silo, I could build a sell point here and use the massive auger wagon as a trailer. Where is it? Auger wagon. This thing. You're not really supposed to use it as a trailer, but there would be nothing stopping me if I had a custom sell point. Because the custom sell point is not enclosed. So I think that's something we will do. Maybe by the end of the day, maybe not. And by day, I mean episode. Because it's going to take me way more than a day to do this with the size of the fields now. But you get the idea. I think it's probably going to be the last thing we do because it's going to be the least useful thing we do. First thing we do will definitely be buying another harvester, since that's what we're going to be doing next. But yeah, like obviously we're going to be spending a lot more money. Don't worry. We need to buy a whole new tractor, a whole new combine and header. And actually that's it for the most part. And then that sell point and auger bin if we actually decide to commit on that. But it's still a lot of expense. Like combine is around a mil because it's 740k plus like 100 something thousand, like another 200k I guess. So that's like 900k. A tractor's like, I don't even know how expensive the Fendt is, but it's probably, I mean, let's go see. I completely forgot how expensive it is, but it's definitely not cheap. The Fendt 1000, technically 1050. Let's assume everything's standard. No, I'm definitely getting wide tires. Wide tires look infinitely better. And 400, that's actually way less than I thought. That's not bad, actually. So today we're going to be spending 1.5 million at bare minimum. No, 1.5 million plus another 250k for another planter. So we're going to be spending about 2 million realistically. Maybe more. So this soybean harvest better pay off, although it's over 200,000 liters, so I don't see why it wouldn't. Alright, let's see the crazy money. 960. Not even a mil. That's sad. Oh yeah, right, we're a million in debt too. We probably should pay that off. Still though, that's not bad. We've not quite doubled. Doubling would be 1.1 million, I think, our income, but we're pretty close. It's a good increase, and it's going to go up even more because that doesn't include the whole field. It just includes the tiny bit of the field that we had up to here before on this side. So I don't even think I can make a guess for how much literage this double field combo is going to be. If I had to bet, I want to say at least 350. I think 100,000 more liters would be reasonable. I don't think it's going to be over 400,000 though. That's my prediction. Maybe 350,000 liters, but not over 400. That's my prediction. I'll see if I'm right next selling season, I suppose. But yeah, see you guys in harvest season. I don't know if I'll time-lapse harvest season. Alright, another harvesting season is upon us, or another October, I should say. And it seems like it's going to be a rainy one? No? I guess it's just cloudy. But first things first, we have to buy another combine. What is that thing? I've never seen this before. That thing is so long. We are buying a combine, but not that goofy abomination. We are buying... Do we buy another case or do we get a New Holland? They're the same pretty much. Because you can get the wheels to de-uglify this thing. I look-y kind of want to get 2 cases, but like... Could always switch it up. This thing is heavier though, so you know what? I think I'll just be boring and get 2 cases. Boom, 740,000 in the hole. Then we need a grain header. So the FD Flex Strapper. EU design because it has less bits and bobs all over it. This is what a masterpiece looks like, and now we got 2 of them too. Like last episode we bought one of these, now we're buying another one of these. Among a lot of other things too, because we still need to get another tractor and another planter, so we're gonna be buying a lot of these for a while. I do want to go side by side to the other one and see what level I have the header like spinny boy set to, because it looks pretty freaking high up if I'm not insane. I don't think my actual header on the other one is that high. Maybe it is and I just never noticed, because it does get lower when you're like actually pushed down. Yeah, roughly something like that, maybe a little bit higher. Alright, cool. Well, we got 2 combines now. Got literally 2 million in gear just right here. Lining up next to each other. I'm gonna have to lower the header. This thing is so snug. Starting both of them in this corner. I'm not gonna start the harvest today because it's gonna take too long and I won't have time to time lapse it. It's tomorrow I'm going to harvest this entire thing.
I've given up on society, up on my family, up on
Well, after 2.5 hours of straight harvesting, it has been done. It took a minute, to say the least. But the first ever, and honestly, maybe even last harvest for this video. Actually, I don't know. I think I'll do another one just to have plenty of money, because if we want to do all the other crops, odds are they're not going to be particularly valuable, just doing them as a one-time thing. So I should do a bit more, but like, oh my god, that takes a long time. Even with doubled up equipment, the harvest process is by far the worst. Planting isn't bad, it's harvesting that is like suffering in a nutshell. But let's actually, I don't know the amount of liters because I need to, I guess let's bring the Fent over first, since bringing the Fent over will give us the literage. But finally getting to see the auger wagon in action must feel great. I know it felt great for me after 6 episodes. I bought this auger wagon, episode 1, with doing this in mind. So finally being able to check something like this off the list that's been in the works since the very beginning feels great, because that is just a huge milestone. And like, outside of that, I mean, we finished the massive fields. We achieved this goal of having double combines. The only thing we're missing is double planters at this point. Like, that's it. Everything else has been accomplished. Why are you not unloading? Oh my god, we filled up the silo completely. I think that's what it is. How much literage is that? 400,000. We maxed out the silo. The silo can't fit anymore. I was not expecting to max out the silo, but that does mean I'll have to upgrade at least the one over there if I change to using that one. So we have 422,000 liters of soybeans. I sure hope so, since that's how you're actually supposed to use an auger wagon in real life, is you take the wagon and then use it to drive to a place where the trucks can drive. Because obviously a truck on slicks, which is basically what truck tires are, they're basically just slicks. Obviously you're not getting far in a semi in a muddy field, so auger wagons are for that, when the field is just too muddy, or just getting there with the trucks is just not worth it. But there you have it, 420,000 liters is what the final total is for harvesting this field. I wanted it right here, but there's a freaking tree in the way. Alright, I got rid of the stupid tree. I think I'll just squeeze it here. And I'm going to angle it just to make this cell point just a little bit closer. So it's less distance loaded, but more distance when it's empty. And I thought I was insane with my 420k. You can apparently store up to 16 million. Yeah, I think we'll stick to 800,000. This is like plenty big. And I'm going to have to equal this out a bit more because it's still pretty steep around this building. Now here's the big part of it. Accidentally tabbed out of the game as usual, of course. The downside of having multiple monitors. This thing. 141, it's actually more in actual game. The storage loves lying. You're not really supposed to use something like this to be doing something like this. But the reason why we're going to be using it is just because of the volume. We're up to 420,000. Our regular trailer holds like 50-something thousand. Maybe a little less than 60,000, I think. So at 420,000, that's a lot of trips going here to here over and over, instead of a bunch of short trips with a much bigger trailer. So this just makes sense, really. It's not because it's a good deal, it's just because it makes sense. I'll bring the first load by truck since there's too much in this grain bin. Alright, now it isn't the strongest tractor in the game, but we do have our Stager. It's not the strongest, but I'm not getting a 9R just to pull this, unless it's like really bad. I mean, I don't see why the Staker would do abysmal. They're like, I mean, how much horsepower of each other? Like, maybe 50? I don't think it's even that much. 913? 850. Oh, wow, it's actually more than I thought. It is 100 horsepower. Not quite, actually. It's like 60 horsepower difference. But I feel like the Stager has more power. Maybe I'm tweaking. I feel like it's just faster. That's probably what it is. The Stager's just quicker. But it doesn't have more power. If you've never done this in this game with this trailer, which is also really annoying to maneuver because it steers at the back as well, it is, like, rough, to say the least, to pull this trailer. Truth is, the reason I unloaded it all into this silo is because I didn't expect to do this now. I expected to do this next harvest. If we didn't get as much literage, but, like, with this much, like, no. If it would have been like 320, maybe 350, I would have still maybe done it. But like over 4, no. It's may as well do this now. All right, here we go. Damn, that's pulling actually pretty good. That's crazy. So the Stager has more torque, even though it has less horsepower. 'Cause I swear the 9R was horrible when I did this on my save. It could barely get to like 20. Granted, now we are going on a bit of a downhill, but like, the 9RX was not that good. By the way, the 9RX is the best tractor in the game. The like most powerful horsepower number in the game, I should say. But clearly the Stager has more, even though it has a 70 less. So the math on that doesn't make sense, but this thing pulls it effortlessly. So you know what? I'm fine with that because I don't want to get rid of this thing, and this thing is a pretty masterpiece, and it's green. Now, I use that as a benefit, but the John Deere is also green, so like... But this thing isn't John Deere green, you know? Every John Deere is green. It's not special, but this thing is a case, which is usually red, and it's green, so it's special. And I crashed into the shed because this trailer is so weird. I mean, I thought this was a massive area, and like, no way it's gonna be too tight. Like, when you have this giant thing, it starts looking small. Well, that's everything moved to this silo, so that's taken care of now. Actually, why am I even driving off? I'll have to freaking load this thing back up again. But yeah, now it's up for planting season, which will be in a fair bit, actually, of time. So, no actual rush yet, but still. Alright, I have to actually get close this time. It's so much work driving this auger wagon, but like, it's so much better at the same time. Alright, well, it's about to be planting time again, but before we get to that, we obviously have to buy another planter and another tractor, which is going to be lovely. Now, we mostly need the planter. I don't think we can actually afford another tractor. And by another tractor, I mean buying another Fendt 1050. Because I think it's more than 400k. It's 400 something thousand, but I think it's more than that. 415? Oh, maybe not. I don't want the rims red though, because that's ugly as hell. I could also do Black Beauty. Alright, well, we have $4,000 left. That's that. We do need money to actually be... Oh, damn, I didn't even put the wide tires on it. Oh well, it doesn't matter. I'm pretty sure they're just cosmetic anyway, but like still, that's an L on my part. I think I can change that if I bring it to the dealership at the back. Like at the back of the dealership, I think I can reconfigure it, but we don't have the money anyway, so it's no point in me trying. I'm gonna need some money to plant seeds, because seeds are pretty expensive in this game. another year means another selling season, and that means that it is right freaking now. So let's go sell. This time around, it's going to be real easy to sell, though. So that's fun. I say that, but like, actually, this might be kind of annoying. Because the back of the trailer is going to swing into the silo, when we try and go out. So it's going to be like a really awkward turn. But yeah, this takes a hot minute to load, so I think I'll unironically have to time-lapse the selling, because that's just how long it takes to load and unload this trailer. There you go, about 1.5 million, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Because this trailer sells usually for about 500k each load, and indeed I am correct. $1.475 million, which means, well, first things first, we can repay all of this. $1 million for the first time ever in this entire series. We are no longer in debt. That's good to see, because it has been a hot minute, to say the least, since the last time we have been out of debt. And literally since this very start of episode 1. So that is a very good thing to finally achieve, because it's been in the works for honestly way longer than I would have expected at this point. I want to go put wide tires on this tractor since I forgot to do it last time. Now that we have the money to actually do it. Wide tires, I'm not going to put the weights on it though, so that's all I'm going to do. I'm going to leave everything else as is. As for what else we're going to do, well, we have to just wait until harvest now, so I am going to do exactly that. I'm going to wait until harvest. While it is by far the most tedious part of this game, harvesting is probably my favorite, like, phase of the game, or, like, thing you can do in the game. I don't know, there's just something about it that's just satisfying more than anything else. It's the most tedious, and it is by far the most annoying, but it's also the one I like the most. And I'm not even going to the right place. See, I'm just following muscle memory. I need to go all the way over there now. I'm gonna have to delete that silo before I accidentally unload into it. Another day, another long harvest, as is usual. The other field is completely harvested. This one, well, has this little strip left. Which, speaking of, I should fix that grass. There's a lot of grass edges that I just completely forgot to fix while this guy finishes that. But yeah, the harvest has been good. This is the second harvest now, and final one for this video. I'm not doing another one. Like, this is enough. I have had enough of this game. I think I might do one more, because at the very start, I remember promising that at some point, to end this off, I wanted to do a massive harvest of wheat, and that is something we haven't done. And you know what? I think it would be a great way to end it. We've been doing soybeans for like way too long, so you know what? Instead of doing the different kinds of crops, which, you know what, I might still do anyway if I decide to come back to this game. Next time, I think I'll do just a massive harvest of wheat. Mostly because wheat is by far the best looking crop. So, like, it just makes sense to do a harvest of wheat. Like, soybeans look okay, but, like, wheat still looks the best, you know? So, yeah, now all we're gonna have to do is sell all of these soybeans again. We'll have, like, another 2 million in the bank, probably, and plus we're out of debt, so there's really zero world where we run out of money anymore in this game. And, we'll just have to sell. We'll make probably 1.5 million, and that will fund planting the wheat, because we're going to need to get 2 new seeders. I was looking, and I thought we were going to have to get these, because I didn't think there were any planters that pre-cultivated. But turns out, actually, a lot of them do. I don't remember this being the case in Farming Simulator 22. That there were literally this many. Like, here's all of them. All of these. And I think there's one more. Yeah, this one too. Oh, and this one too. Like, I don't remember there being this many seeders that, like, plant, like, that cultivate for you. The nice thing is, since next time we're going to be planting wheat, we don't have to go through another planting season. So guess what? We're going straight to selling season. which is very nice because it's been long overdue. We did one previously, did another harvest, now we got another 410,000. So not 420,000 this time, a little bit less. That's probably just harvester wear things. I'm not worried about it, that seems about right. So yeah, let's get another 1.5 mil, roughly, I think it is. So there you have it, another 1.5 mil, giving us less than 2 million. Not by much, though. Well, not by much, like 200k short, but you know, it is what it is. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Farming Simulator. Basically the last progression-based one. The next one will be kind of a joke episode, I guess, but it's one that I kind of promised, so I will deliver on the promise and do an episode where I plant both of those massive fields with wheat, as I promised, however long ago at this point. So yeah, that will be that. We'll have to buy 2 new planters, so I guess I'll get the tractors ready for that. But that will be that for me here today. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys next time.